And this is what's taking place. This is what is happening behind the scenes that you don't see, is that the same factory, the same people that this sauna comes from also makes the $7,000 version that goes to the hot tub store. So recently we got this sauna. We did a whole review series. It's a Costco Gracio one person by Dynamic. We put it through our full testing program. We tried it out. We took feedback from the Facebook group and we noticed that this is different from what other people are getting.
You were explaining how you got a message on Facebook.
Yeah, actually, I saved the screenshot for you. It's right here.
Okay.
You can throw it on the screen.
Essentially, we're coming to find out, after reviewing this sauna and doing some tests on it, it is different, right?
It is. Like if you look at that screenshot, that is from a group member in the Facebook group that said, hey, I got a Costco sauna. This is what they had. Have you checked this one out? And he put a link to it in Costco. Now, I'm a Costco member. I clicked on it, and when I go to there, it says it's not available in my area. So I don't know if that's just right now, if that's permanent, if that's whatever. So we did a little digging. We did a little thought experiment here. Costco works off a membership, $60 a year. It was between $5 to $10 billion in revenue from subscription. Maybe they only make a couple bucks on their items, but the real way that they operate is through negotiation of volume purchasing. I don't think a lot of people realize this. We talked about it, and I said, well, if you're Aaron's Chicken and you sell Costco chicken at $2 a pound, and Costco comes to you and says, we're going to buy 100,000 pounds. Aaron's Chicken thinks about it. They say, well, okay, we can cut costs here. We can buy cheaper livestock because we can buy them in bulk now because we know we have the purchase orders for the next 6 months from Costco. We can inject the chickens to make them grow faster. We can modify their feed. Basically, we can cut corners in order to make that, and we'll get the sustainability for our business. So I don't understand why you guys haven't realized that the same thing is happening with the saunas. Do you know that Black Friday TVs at Best Buy don't have audio ports? They don't have certain features that the TVs from the rest of the year have. It's because they're built on purchase orders just like this. So the company, the manufacturer, is between a rock and a hard place. They're like, okay, we want the sustainability, we want these large orders from these big vendors, but how can we make that work? How can we meet that? And so you guys are harping on me because I don't like something, but you don't see what's going on behind the scenes. You don't see that they're able to deliver this product to you at a reduced price, but you're also getting reduced build quality, reduced feature set, reduced everything. Heater coverage. Why are my feet cold in this thing? They shouldn't be. We also did a little digging into the manufacturing plant of this sauna. And we found out that this exact company makes a $7,000 pro version of their saunas that hot tub stores and other dealers, not Costco, carry. If one manufacturer has the ability to build an affordable line and a pro line or a premium line, then that means they have the capability, the technology, the know-how, and the tooling to do that. So why aren't you getting it? This is kind of like where everything comes to a head. You guys have to realize that just like Aaron's Chicken, the same thing is happening with the saunas. So they come to them with a bid and they say, all right, Costco, we'll give this thing to you for $1,500. We'll make it for you. We'll ship it to you. We'll hold it stateside, everything for your purchasers or for your members. But we need a commitment of X amount per year. So then they go through this thing and they're like, okay, how can we make that happen? How can we make this negotiation a win-win for both Costco and the manufacturer? And this is what's taking place. This is what is happening behind the scenes that you don't see, is that the same factory, the same people that this sauna comes from also makes the $7,000 version that goes to the hot tub store. You look at it in terms of black and white, like is the Costco sauna good or is the Costco sauna bad? Is the dynamic sauna good or is the dynamic sauna bad? But dynamic saunas, by their very nature, has the capability to make amazing saunas and budget saunas. That being said, just like you saw in the screenshot, we have a group member or a bunch of group members that live in California and bought a sauna that's not like this. Some of them have glass on the sidewalls where you couldn't even have a heater here if you wanted to. There just wouldn't be a place for it. They also have other models where there's heaters in the floor. They also have other models where the shoulder heaters extend all the way to the front. What we think is, based on that gentleman's link, when we go to it and try to buy it at Costco, it's not available in our area, meaning it's not available in Florida. I live in Orlando. There's an East Orlando store. I don't know what the town is technically called. You can see right here that our store just does not carry this thing. If you walked into a hot tub store and they tried to charge you $5,000 for this thing, and it had, whatever pieces and the equipment wasn't really that great, didn't have an actual stereo and all this stuff, you would just walk out laughing at them. Yet you go to Costco and you're like, oh, I can get a deal. Well, yeah, you can get a deal, but at what cost? And you have to understand how subscription companies work. And this is probably something that we could put on the whiteboard in a future video. But basically, if you take the US map and you look at annual purchasing orders and you have a sales team or a accounting team for somebody like Costco, what they're going to do is look at, you know, the western side, the eastern side, the northern side, the southern side. And they're going to say, okay, western side, California, all these places where wellness stuff is a lot more popular, we tend to sell 100,000 units, you know, in these areas. So we could commit to purchasing orders and warehousing and everything else and stocking in this side of the world with X amount of purchase, you know, X amount of saunas. Another part of the world is not going to be like that. You may have less demand. It could be logistics are a nightmare. Like when we're in Maine, the logistics are a nightmare to get stuff delivered in a semi-truck in a snowstorm on an icy road. It's completely different than being in Florida. And so there's reasons why you would see differences in volume purchasing orders from wholesalers for different parts of the country or around the world. The supplier is going to adjust its product offering to meet that. They don't want to lose the relationship, but it's not going to be the same. So how does that apply to you? Well, if you live in an area that has higher demand, where they can buy more and sell more, you get a better sauna at a better price, as opposed to someone else that lives elsewhere. But look this stuff up. You don't have to take it from me. If you want to verify any of this stuff, do your research, go to Google, look at how many members, look at how much stuff is available across the country, or better yet, go to our Facebook group, Certified Sauna Community on Facebook. There's 30,000 people in there. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of posts about Costco saunas. And if you look closely, the pictures are all different.